Boom. Morning Worth of Love, episode 8. Episode 8. We're going to talk about the 7 virtues I live by. 7 virtues that I think if you have all 7 of these, it sounds so like if you have all 7 of these, you have to have all of them. Well, no. But there's a discussion in Stoicism about, the 4 base virtues, which I think is very simple. I feel like these encompass, the 4 virtues of Stoicism encompass all 7 of these that I'm talking about, but I feel like there's a separation from some of them. So these are just the 7 that I live by. So I wrote a little card. Let's see if you can see it. Like that, you can pause it if you want. If you can see through, it's because there's questions on the back, and I'll talk about those later. So the first one is awareness. And the question that goes with that is, do you have the awareness to know when it's the ego speaking, feeling, believing? So awareness equals egoless. 2 is temperance. Temperance being is moderation, modesty. So you have the temperance to master your emotions. So I put temperance equals master. Discipline, number 3. Discipline, do you have the discipline to live your purpose? Do you have the discipline to wake up every morning with determination, to go to bed with satisfaction that you lived through your purpose today? So discipline equals purpose. Number 4 is courage. You have the courage to be vulnerable with those you love. And this is an interesting one because I wrote courage equals strength. And I think when you do have the ability to be vulnerable with people around you, and I think that's a different level of vulnerability than most people think. Doesn't mean you need to pour your heart out with others. I think what it means is to be vulnerable around people you want or you love is when they say something or they say or act a certain way, do you have the courage, and this goes up the whole thing, so do you have the courage to be aware of when you feel like you deserve better, or you have the courage to realize that what they're saying is not inherently bad, but the way you're reacting to it is saying that it's bad? For example, a family member making a comment about your body, saying either you're skinny or you're fat. Now, they might be saying that from the ego, being like, I'm going to make myself feel better. But also at the same time, they might be saying it because they're concerned. Maybe you were in really good shape, and all of a sudden you gain 15, 20 pounds of fat, and they see that, and they're like, you've gained this amount of weight. And maybe they could have said it better, but, and they say that, and the courage of being vulnerable is saying, I have the courage to ask, or, be vulnerable and ask why they're saying that. How come they say that? And they might react with, what does it matter why I'm saying it? Then you know that it was the ego speaking. But if you ask why they say it, they'll say, I'm really concerned, you really were putting the work in, and you were enjoying it, and now you kind of fell off. And I'm just wondering if you're okay. Because there are other things that happen with weight gain or weight loss that are like unhealthy amounts. So that's number 4. Number 5 is knowledge. So for number 5 is, do you have the knowledge to overcome the delusion? So knowledge equals wisdom. Do you have the knowledge to overcome the delusion? What delusion? I would say the delusion that something a lot of things, but let's pick one that's pretty big, is at some place in the future you'll be happy. That's a delusion. Happiness is, sure, things may make you happier in the future, but then again, but happiness isn't really a scale like that. Happiness is just happiness. It's 1. It's like saying that there's a scale of 1 to 10 of happiness, and I guess there could be, but I would say, I lied. The delusion that you need happiness. I'd say it's the delusion that you need to be happy. I think being fulfilled and enjoying what you do every day, being content, being at peace is much more important than I'm happy all the time. I think people sometimes confuse peace, contentedness with happiness. That's a discussion for another day. Number 6 is patience. So do you have the patience to be still enough to hear the whispers of opportunity? Patience equals stillness. Do you have the patience to live every moment for that moment, to live in the present, to enjoy what you're doing every moment that you do it? And if you can't fully enjoy it or be enthused by it, you can at least surrender to it and accept the moment for what it is. But you have the patience to see the opportunity, because there's a lot of times in life, I think people know, is that out of the things that we think are going to be the worst, we find the best joy. I know for me, it was always when I was growing up, it was always some type of fear of going and hanging out with people or going to a party. And I ended up having a great time, regardless. I met somebody new, met a girl, or I just really enjoyed my time there. It's always an opportunity. So do you have the patience and stillness to be still, to hear the whispers of opportunity? And number 7 is, do you act on the choice in the face of both desire and fear? So number 7 is choice equals action. Through all these, do you act on it? Do you act on the choice that you have in the face of both desire and fear? Do you see what are desires? Do you see what are fears inside of you? Is it truly aligning with who you are as a person? If you're a chilled out person and you enjoy just spending time doing things, does a 9-to-5 job really suit you as your purpose? No. You might have to learn that by having a 9-to-5 job, but it doesn't suit you. So I'm going to put this up on the screen one more time. Feel free to take a screenshot if you want. But these are 7 virtues that I'm living by. And then some of the questions in the back, if you can even read them, I scribble. Yeah, it's going to be tough. But I hope you guys enjoy Morning Worth of Love, Episode 8. Stay tuned. Let's get this week, baby.